The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Admiral Chen stepped forward, her weathered hands clasped behind her back. Around the semicircular arena, representatives from 37 species watched with expressions ranging from amusement to outright disdain. The Zephyrian ambassador's tentacles writhed in what could only be interpreted as barely contained laughter. "Honored delegates," Admiral Chen began, her voice carrying across the vast chamber without amplification. "Humanity requests formal recognition of our defensive capabilities and inclusion in the Galactic Defense Initiative." A sound erupted from the Krillian section, a series of clicks and whistles that the universal translator rendered as raucous laughter. Ambassador Vex Thul, a towering, insectoid creature with iridescent carapace, rose on his 6 legs. "Humans," he buzzed, "your species has been observed for 3 standard cycles. Your weapons are quaint. Kinetic projectiles, chemical explosives. We have defensive shields that render such primitive tools utterly useless." His compound eyes glittered with mirth. "Perhaps you should focus on agricultural development instead of pretending at warfare." The Ethereal Consortium's representative, a being of pure energy contained within a crystalline matrix, pulsed with agreement. "The humans' technological development suggests they are at least 2 millennia behind current galactic standards. Their largest warships are smaller than our mining vessels." Admiral Chen remained motionless as the mockery continued. She had expected this. Earth's first contact with galactic civilization had revealed exactly how far behind humanity appeared to be. Energy weapons, gravity manipulators, matter converters, technologies that seemed like magic to human scientists. "If I may," she said quietly, and the chamber gradually quieted. "We would like to demonstrate our defensive capabilities." This triggered another wave of amusement. The Draconian Supreme Admiral, a massive reptilian being whose scales seemed to absorb light, leaned forward. "Little human, we have combat simulators that could—" "No simulators," Admiral Chen interrupted. "A live demonstration. We've prepared a target in the Kepler 442 system. Uninhabited, of course." The laughter died away. Live weapons demonstrations were serious affairs, typically reserved for major military powers showcasing new technologies. The idea that humanity wanted to conduct one seemed absurd. Ambassador Vex Thul's wings buzzed in agitation. "Very well. This council will observe your demonstration. Though I fail to see how launching metal projectiles at empty space will convince anyone of anything." 3 days later, a fleet of galactic vessels positioned themselves in the Kepler 442 system. Long-range sensors focused on the system's largest moon, a dead, airless rock, roughly the size of Earth's Luna. The assembled delegates watched from the safety of the flagship as a single human vessel approached, the UES Mjolnir, barely 200 meters long and utterly unremarkable by galactic standards. "The human vessel is hailing us," announced the communication officer. Admiral Chen's face appeared on the main screen. "Delegates, we are now in position. Our target is the moon-designated Kepler 442c. Please maintain your current distance of 50 million kilometers." 50 million? The ethereal representative pulsed with confusion. "At such range, even our most advanced weapons would—" "Beginning final preparations," Admiral Chen announced. "All delegates are advised to observe the target moon carefully, firing in 30 seconds. On the screens, the human ship appeared to be doing nothing. No weapon ports opened. No energy buildup was detected. Several delegates began to whisper among themselves about human incompetence when Admiral Chen's voice cut through the chatter. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Fox 2. For a moment, nothing happened. The moon hung in space, unchanged. Then Ambassador Vex Thul's sensor technician began chattering excitedly in rapid Krillian. "What is it?" Vex Thul demanded. "Sir, I'm detecting a massive kinetic signature. Something is approaching the target at... This cannot be correct. The readings show..." The moon simply ceased to exist. One moment it was there, a gray sphere casting shadows across the system's asteroid belt. The next moment, there was only expanding debris and a shock wave that sent the asteroid field tumbling into chaos. The energy release was detected by sensors across 3 star systems. The command deck fell completely silent. Every delegate stared at the screens showing the dissipating cloud of matter that had once been a moon with a mass of 7 quintillion tons. Admiral Chen's voice broke the silence. "Target eliminated. Weapon, railgun-assisted kinetic penetrator. Projectile mass, 1 ton of tungsten. Velocity at impact, 0.9 c." The draconian admiral's massive claws scraped against his restraints. "Impossible. No projectile can be accelerated to near-light speed. The energy requirements alone... We've been building our railgun network for 60 years, Admiral Chen explained calmly. Each projectile passes through 17 acceleration stations positioned throughout the Sol system, gaining velocity at each stage. By the time it exits our system, it's moving at roughly 90% of light speed." Ambassador Vex Thul's compound eyes were fixed on the debris field. The energy release from that impact? Equivalent to roughly 400 gigatons, Admiral Chen confirmed. "Of course, that's just our standard anti-ship round. We have others." The ethereal representative's crystalline form flickered rapidly. "Others?" Anti-planet rounds used depleted. "Uranium cores and achieve 0.95 c. Anti-star rounds." Admiral Chen paused. "Well, those are still theoretical. We haven't tested them yet." The chamber remained silent for long minutes as the implications sank in. Primitive kinetic weapons, dismissed as obsolete technology, had just demonstrated the power to obliterate moons or planets or potentially entire fleets. Finally, the Galactic Council's chairman, an ancient being whose species had achieved spaceflight when Earth was still forming, spoke in a voice heavy with new understanding. "The Galactic Defense Initiative formally recognizes humanity's defensive capabilities. Your application for membership is approved." Admiral Chen smiled for the first time since entering the system. "Thank you, Chairman. Oh, and delegates, you might want to update your tactical databases. We have 347 of these railgun networks currently operational, with targeting solutions for every major military installation within 50 light years." She paused, letting that information settle. "We look forward to a peaceful and cooperative relationship with all galactic civilizations." As the human ship departed, leaving behind only an expanding cloud of what had once been a moon, the assembled delegates began to recalculate everything they thought they knew about humanity. In the span of 30 seconds, Earth had gone from a primitive backwater to a species capable of annihilating entire worlds with weapons that didn't even require exotic matter or energy manipulation. The primitive humans, it seemed, had simply found a more efficient way to throw rocks. And now, everyone in the galaxy would think very carefully before laughing at them again.